Today, I thought it was time. Welcome to my office. I want to give you a tour of my New York City office to show you how I set it up and what I do and where I am about 9-10 hours a day. Let's take a look. Hey there, if we haven't met yet, I'm Nils Smith, your social media guide, and I help leaders of all kinds, ministry leaders, business leaders, nonprofit leaders, maximize social media, accomplish their goals. And this is where I do that about 10 hours a day, multiple days a week when I'm not traveling. And so this is my little 8-foot by 8-foot box in New York City where it all happens. And so you've likely seen this background if we've done Zoom calls or if you've seen some of my YouTube videos. This is my office. And so I want to show you not just this back, what's behind me, but I want to show you all directions and basically the setup I use to do all the work that I do. So let's take a look. Let's take a look at the desk. I've got this sit-stand desk, and so I have these controls down here where I go up and down. And yes, I know my cord management is out of control, and that's probably going to create some stress. I also have down here my over-the-ear headphones that I use for podcasting, and then this is hanging on this mic stand is my Samsung Q9U podcast mic that I use, and so I've got it on this boom stand, and so that's what I use for podcasting and when I do product reviews. And this is my screen setup. A lot of people ask me about. The first thing I want to point out is this is my teleprompter. I use this for all my video conference calls and podcasts so that I can basically make eye contact with people. So it's just a basic teleprompter. I'll leave links to it from in Amazon and what I use. So I've got a 3-monitor setup. So this is basically set up as my left monitor, this is my center monitor, and this is my right monitor. This looks maybe like 2 monitors, but it's just one. I like the vertical monitor setup because essentially I can have 2 things on there, 2 kind of almost like double monitors stacked is what it feels like. I used to use 2 vertical monitors over here, but because I do so many slide presentations and meetings, they get messed up when I am using the vertical monitor. So I have a horizontal monitor that I primarily use for text messaging and my messaging apps, and of course for ChatGPT is always set up there in that extra window, and then for slide presentations when I need to share those in Zoom calls, that is the setup for that. I also want to point out here on my desk is my sister's new book, But God Can. You can go get a copy. Love you, sis. But God Can. Go get that copy. And then I've got my water and my coffee mug. And so, yep, the essentials for the desk. Let's keep going around this way. This is my door. So I'm in a co-working space with a bunch of other offices. And so if I keep turning this way, you can see I actually have a framed photo of one of my Humble Hedgehog V-Friends NFTs, and then I also have just sound foam, and you'll see even behind my desk I have this sound foam. Then I have a center light here that I use for lighting, and then you'll see up here in the corners I have these 2 LED lights. Let's see if I can go look up there, and you can see that's the lighting that I use for my video conferencing calls. So let's keep scanning over this way and coming around. I've got just basic drawers with all of my stuff, my camera gear, my pens, pencils, all that kind of stuff. I don't really use pencils, but pens and random stuff. And then let's get to some of my favorite cool stuff. We'll come over here, and then you will see here on the floor. Now I got a small office, so it's hard to even create some space, but these are my Astros chairs. These are from the Astrodome in Houston, and these have followed me around in all of my office spaces and several of our apartments. And so Katie is happy not to have these in our apartment. This is where my daughters, when they come and hang out in my office, where they sit. And then I've got some other Astros merch there behind. And then I have this lamp that my wife got me. And I use this essentially as a little just background light for my Zoom calls and for videos, and creates a kind of a cool effect. And I've got, my office has glass walls here, you can see that. and then it has this exposed brick, which I love. And then I have, just my basic bookshelves. You can see up here at the top, my wife set that up. I've got some VFriends merch, and then some of the books that I wrote, and then some of my favorite things here on this shelf. I want to point out just a couple things. This is my Oculus Go. This was my first kind of legit VR headset. This is the iPhone first version iPhone. Look how small that thing is, if you can see that. This is a 4 gigabyte iPhone, and so just kind of keep this for keepsake and history. And then this is the first ever Amazon Echo device, and so it's a little beat up. It doesn't work anymore, but it's history. So this is kind of my history shelf. This is my grandfather's, just a memory. This is a moving company that he ran, and he in many ways has been kind of my business hero, and just a hero in a lot of ways. So I love having that memory there from him. And here's a Bible that Dunham & Company gave me. And then moving over a little bit, this is a YouTube plaque from one of my clients. They actually hit the gold with 1 million subscribers, and so they let me have the 100K subscribers plaque. And LinkedIn gave me this coffee mug when I was in their offices. And then I like celebrating this. This is the Best Husband Award. I don't know if you can see this, but this was given to me by my wife's dance team a while back. And so when I was there supporting her and her work there, and this is an Astros championship ring, so I got more Astros merch here. And then if I continue to head around, you can see here those Reeboks and that little gorilla. These are more VFriends merch that came as a part of just being a VFriends holder, and always excited to celebrate VFriends and what's happening there. So let's keep going around. And so here is my fridge. So if you're curious what's in my fridge, let's open it up and see what's in the fridge. Well, just one thing. I only have one thing, just a big bottle of water. So every day I fill this thing up and I drink the whole thing, and then I fill it up before I leave. And that's what's in the fridge. I also keep a TV up here. I rarely use it. I primarily use that TV as a way to test TV apps, as I helped start a TV app company, if you're interested in that. And that is basically my whole office. All right, so this is the whole office, and that's the tour. Hope you enjoyed. Thanks for hanging out in my office. And if you have any questions about any of the things, any of the tech, or any of the setup in my office, just ask me in the comments. I'd love to. Let's see. So that's my office. If you have any questions about the office space, the setup, the tech that I use, I'd love to share in the comments, and would love a tour of your office if you get a link to that. Thanks so much for just hanging out in my office for the day. This is my 8x8 box that I spend the most time in. So thanks for hanging out. We'll talk to you again on the next video.